Hey everyone, in this video I'll show you how we can handle click in buttons or any items in fragments. So let me start a new project in Android Studio. I click on this start a new Android Studio project, then I'll create one empty activity. So the name of this, suppose it's fragment click, and I'll click here finish. Okay, the build is completed. Now I'll create one new package here. Suppose its name is fragments, and inside this fragments I'll create one new fragment. I'll go here fragment, and I'm creating one blank fragment the same way that I have shown you in our previous video. Suppose its name is main fragment and the layout name is fragment main. I'm clicking finish here. Then I'm gonna clean up some code. We don't need this we don't need these parameters. Also, we don't need this part. This part is used for initializing this fragment, and we will not pass any parameters to this fragment, so I'm deleting this. Also, this part is not required. So in our new instance, if I call this new instance static method, then it will return me one fragment object. This is the main fragment. Now I'll go here, this fragment main XML file. First of all, I'll delete this text view. Then this is frame layout. I'll change it to constraint layout. I'm right clicking it, then convert frame layout to constraint layout. Okay, and it changed to constraint layout. Now I am gonna add one button here. I'm adding the constraints. So this constraints top, left, bottom, left and right. I'm adding one padding here. Suppose it is 40. Then I'm adding one text view here. Also, I'll add one edit text. This is plain text. I'm linking this constraint, bottom constraint, to it top, then left, then right. I'm adding one padding 20, then for this text view, similarly I will add this bottom, left and right with padding 30. Let me add some more padding here. Suppose it's 100. It will move it to top. Let me add it 200. So the ID for this edit text is edit text. For this text view, it is text view, and for this button, this button. And I'm removing this default text in the edit text. Now I'll go to here in this main activity, in the activity main XML file. I'm deleting this text view. It is already a constraint layout, so I'm gonna add one frame layout here. Frame layout. I'm gonna add these constraints and one ID for this frame layout. Frame layout. Now in this activity, we'll replace this fragment. We'll place this fragment in this frame layout. So here, inside this onCreate method of this activity, when this activity will load, then we'll get the supported fragment manager. Then we'll begin the transaction. Then we'll add this fragment. I'm gonna add this fragment in the container view, that is r.id.frame layout. So this is the ID of this frame layout, and we are adding this main fragment. So we'll use this method here. So it is main fragment dot new instance that will return us one new object of this main fragment. Now finally I'll commit this transaction. Now if I run it on our simulator, here you can see that this fragment is loaded in this main activity. So what we'll do now, if the user will write any text in this text view and click on this button, we'll get this text and we'll show this text in this text view. We'll get this text from this edit text and we'll show it in this text view. So for that, we can get the reference of this buttons, text view, or any view items from this part. So suppose I'm storing this in a variable, it's layout, suppose, and we can return this layout. Now from this layout we can get access to any items on this view. Let me get the reference of this text view and this edit text. Suppose it is text view equal to layout. It's the same way that we do for find view by id. Its type of text view r.id. It was text view. Its id was text view here. If you see here, and this id is text view. Similarly, we can get the reference of this edit text. So it is edit text and the id is edit text. And we can get the reference of our button find view by id button. We can set on click listener here. It's a function. Now once the button will click, then this part will be called inside this block. So here what we'll do, we'll get the text that is written in this edit text and we'll assign this text in the text view. For that we need only one line, text view dot text equal to edit text dot text. We are getting the text from edit text and we are sending the text to this text view. Now if it's showing me one error here, but okay, I have not passed this id. So if I run it, rerun it, now if I write here hello and if I click on this button, then you can see that this is changed to hello world. Now if I click on this button, then it's changed to this. Actually all the user interactions that is related to one fragment, we should handle it in the fragment, because one main activity can have access to like multiple fragments. Now we are using only one fragment here, main fragment. If we have any 2 or 3 more fragments, then and if we handle these types of interactions like this on click listener, if I write this on click listener in the main activity, then it will be a problem, right? We can write it here as well, but it will be a problem again. So all these types of interactions and everything that is related to a fragment should be handled in the fragment class. So that's the basic of how we can handle like on click in a layout, in a button, or how we can access the layouts from inside a fragment. So that's it for now. If you love this video, please like, subscribe, and please share it with your friends.